Hey folks, hope everyone's doing great as usual. And had another video, of course, that I wanted to do. But thank you so much for watching, of course, and subscribing. Please do if you love the content. And I'm really excited about moving forward and continuing to put more videos out. So I just wanted to do a quick video on angels. And I was trying to think about how best to do this. It's a massive topic, and I was trying to figure out how to streamline it. But I figured just maybe put out a bunch of small videos every now and then, and then, excuse me, and then maybe do one more comprehensive video. I'd really like to do one on the origin stories and the backstory of angels, and that sort of thing, because there is one, and there is a origin story to all of this actually, and it's pretty fascinating. But that'll take a while to go through too. I mentioned it in some of my other videos a little bit, but as far as angels go, they are absolutely real. They're a real type of spiritual being, and very old. They predate Earth. They go way, way back, and they were conceptualized even before Earth evolved. But we also have there are a version of trying to understand the divine or the afterlife. So we did conceptualize that here on Earth as well, and that's more the backstory for that sort of thing. But either way, every angel that you can possibly read and look up is real and can be called upon 24/7. And I always like to kind of contextualize the idea of infinity. Remember, it's true, meaning our souls are immortal and they will live forever. And that concept of forever is both harnessed and realized in the afterlife. So you can attach that to any concept, eternal life, health, possibility, that sort of thing. So that being said, angels, they can be in multiple places at any given time, always awake, always willing to assist, and are just very calm and patient and infinitely intelligent beings that are there to help no matter what. So everyone that we can read on Earth, remember, this is kind of our attempt to understand creation or existence. At angels, for example. So even the angels that get a bad rap, like the morning star, Lucifer, he was considered an angel that was cast out of heaven, and that is not true. But there is a real angel named Lucifer to be called upon. So simply because there is, and there are so many angels, it has nothing to do with that creation story. That's not true. However, every angel, remember, infinite amount of angels with infinite amount of names. So there's an angel out there with your name even, that you can talk to. Another great thing to point out is that they come in all varieties. So of course with the Western Abrahamic religions and everything like that, they're masculine, and also tend to be Caucasian. Back when the Roman Empire, I think, made Christianity the official religion. Of course, when it was, and they were the ones in power, the Romans, of course, they're going to paint and sculpt. It was a masculine run society and that sort of thing. So other cultures, they have the same, that's why angels are masculine, and white when they're Caucasian, when they're depicted in a lot of that sort of art. So other cultures do have the same idea of divine messengers, and of course they look like them too. I think that's fascinating. So, but just focusing on the idea of angels specifically. So ones like Michael, for example, the archangel, maybe arguably one of the most well-known ones. And I've spoke to him, and all of them, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, for example. Metatron. So Metatron is considered, it's interesting. So he's real, and he's a very real good angel, just like the rest of them. But he's considered, it depends how you view certain religious literature from back then, because some consider the belief in Metatron, because he was a human that evolved into an angel. I think that's part of the reason. Either way, he's a angel, very real angel, born as an angel, and is a very real person. Some people think that's heretical to believe that. Others do believe it, but either way, he's a very real angel. And so is Sandalphon. So is every angel you can read of, even if they have a negative backstory. Again, that's just a human attempt to create the idea of what they are and where they come from. So all positive beings, and you can call out to any one of them. And again, anything you can conceptualize. This is the cool part too. So it doesn't just have to be them. And they're not tasked with anything specific. So I've read that a lot too. Like Raphael is the healing archangel. So you could talk to him. You could talk to any one of them about healing. You can ask them for health advice, to give you a checkup, that sort of thing. They have the ability to do that with your permission. They can do that for you, but it can be anyone. It can be any angel. They come in every race. I think that's important to point out. Both genders, male and female. And so there are female angels, plain and simple. It's just that on Earth, that was never really detailed out, or for whatever reason, it wasn't made part of at least the Abrahamic lineage of religions, that sort of thing. But it's real, so if you'd like to, you can call out to them by name. And remember, you can even make up a name, and it's real. And that's one of the great things about it. I don't see anyone really mention that, is you can, there's an angel with my name. So there's an angel out there with the name Jerry, and if I want to talk to one, there's many actually. So I can talk to, you can call upon them, for your own, if you want someone of the same gender as you, or race, or culture, or anything like that. They come in an infinite variety, which I think is fantastic. In fact, I was asking them too one time. It's really like, where to begin as far as, who to call upon. But if you want to, for any reason, you can always, that's the beauty of the literature. You could just Google angel or archangel and just look them up. And they're any one of them you can talk to immediately, which is pretty cool. And I think that's pretty cool to know as well. One cool story. So I was asking them, this was a few years ago. I remember when I was practicing and everything, and I asked, what are some like cool angel names, for example? Like all these names are ascribed down here on Earth. Who are some of the big tough guys? Remember, they're all infinitely powerful and can command things. They're warriors, in other words, but they're also scribes and scholars and poets and everything you can think of, to the infinite degree. So all of them are, and all of them can do battle or that sort of thing if need be. But I was asking them, well, who are some cool angels over there, like some names, if you guys can tell me. And I didn't hear it immediately. This is back when I was practicing, and it still takes me some time too to have conversations back and forth sometimes. But so I was writing all this stuff down with my conversations, and to be honest, I forget which angel I was talking to at the time. Might have been Michael. I don't know. But so he told me, well, there's a couple of angels actually. So one of them's name is Jalaya. It's Jalaya, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And he said he's known as the Shining Giant is his nickname, because he's actually a fighter, and that's what he's known for. You can still call upon him for anything, and that sort of thing. And I remember asking, well, that sounds like, I don't know, maybe Latin based or Roman, back from the gladiator days. I think that's how it came up. I think that's what we were talking about. Sorry, it's been a few years. So he brought him up, and he also brought up the name of another angel. His name is Tyranna. You know, like tyrant, or Tyrannus I think is the Latin form of tyrant. But his name is Tyranna and is known as the Mighty Tyrant, actually. And I thought that was really cool too. So I talked to him. I talked to them both, and of course they're very polite and nice and kind and everything like that. But these are two angels in particular that have cool nicknames and are known for battle and that sort of thing, but can be easily called upon as well. It's a great example of just that, the reality of angels and how this whole thing's work. And you know, this whole thing works when I was speaking with them. Initially, I was just talking to, I think it was Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Metatron the most. Those are the ones that, and I still do for the most part. But there's a lot of them too I've chatted with from time to time. But those are usually my go-to guys. So, and sorry if I forget anybody. Especially Lucifer, he's got kind of an ego. But oh yeah, I remember too. So I remember looking it up online, and I actually told him, you guys have girls' names. So if you look up Tyranna and Jalaya, I told them, you know, those are actually names that are known down here on Earth, and I researched them. They're in other languages. I'd have to look it up again. But Jalaya is a girl's name, and so is Tyranna. And they don't mean like what their nicknames, Jalaya the Shining Giant or Tyranna the Mighty Tyrant. They had different names, more peaceful or more spiritual names, that sort of thing. But they were both girls' names, and I told them, you guys got girls' names, you know that? So, and they laughed pretty hard, I remember. So, and we had a conversation about this too. But there were some good points made during our conversation. So, like Gabriel, or, you know, Gabriel, the Archangel, that's a girl's name too. You know, it can go both ways. My name, Jerry, that can be a girl's name too if it's spelled differently. There's other names too, like I've seen, you know, Danny. Danny can be a girl's name or a guy's name. Terry can be a guy's name or a girl's name. So I remember it was pretty funny. I was like, you guys are these big, bad, tough guys, and you have girls' names. But so we chatted about this a few years ago, and it makes sense. It's like, well, you know what? Over here, you know, they're guys' names, you know, and they are names that can go both ways, you know, like my name. So that was pretty funny. But it's so cool because you could talk to them if you want to, and there's just, you can never run out of names, or you can conceptualize any angel that's out there, and they will be able to talk to. That's so cool, and they're funny, and they've got great sense of humor too. So for all different temperaments, again, very patient and very, very intelligent. Okay, so sorry, I'm talking more than I intended to. I meant to just be like a quick video, but that is the reality of angels. Real, infinite in number, and infinite in variety. All available, all ready to speak with you. You can call upon anyone that you would like to speak to, and that's awesome. And there you have it. So that's kind of the general idea of how that works in particular. And I remember I asked Metatron once. I think I asked, because I don't see very well. It's mostly hearing, but I do see sometimes when I'm having these communications. So I always wonder, how do you show up when I ask you to show up and we talk? You know, do you have a suit? Do you have a haircut? So he had told me his usual way of appearing to people is in robes, you know, to appear angelic. Or what's the word? What did he say? You know, like scholarly, or that sort of thing. Not in like battle armor or anything like that, like they depict sometimes. So it's more of a non-aggressive form of clothing or something we were talking about. This is a few weeks back, actually. So he said that's usually how he presents himself. And there's like a glow, if you're able to see it. He shows up and he glows and is wearing robes. That's him specifically. And he said that's how he usually appears to people. But remember, they can take any form if they want to. I actually told him, too, you don't have to be so formal. If you want to show up in a suit, I don't care. So I actually told him that. There you have it. So that's, in summary, just what angels are and what they are and the reality of what they can do and how they can be summoned. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. And as always, if you love it, please subscribe. And if you like the video, definitely a thumbs up would be great. I'll keep putting out more content. Any ideas that you have or questions, please let me know or in the comments. And love to chat about this sort of stuff. And thank you so much all over again. Hope you guys are doing well and take care. We'll see you next time.